Welcome to the Eclectic Frontier. Two friends with nothing to talk about, talking about nothing but comic books. I want to talk about a comic book that I read today, Chi.
Okay.
That I am very excited about, and I was so pumped up. I'm still excited about this because it's a Marvel comic book, and it was actually good.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Which used to be the standard, but now is the rarity.
Okay.
But the comic book that I read today is Tony Stark, Iron Man, #1.
Okay.
Or, once again, they're doing that legacy number, so this would be Legacy 601. Which is still stupid and confusing.
I wish they'd get rid of it because that's a terrible marketing ploy.
I know. I mean, because you had Iron Man, then you had Invincible Iron Man coming out at the same time. So how do you figure those out? It's just, all right, forget about it. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so Iron Man, Tony Stark Iron Man, #1, is written by Dan Slott.
All right.
Now, I'm showing you the comic book right now. How would you pronounce the artist's name?
Valerio Schiti?
No. That's
okay.
what I thought.
Okay.
And honestly, he is not a shitty artist.
Okay.
He is an incredible artist.
Okay.
I actually had to look up a video on the internet where they introduced him as a guest to hear how they would say his name. It's Valerio Schiti.
Schiti.
I think Schiti. Yes.
Okay.
He's Italian. I'm pretty sure he's Italian. Valerio Schiti. So let's say, you throw it in like a little bit of a
I'm not well versed in that language. So.
I'm an Italian from New York.
Okay,
you throw in a little bit of a Bela Lugosi to get your fake Italian bro going. Valerio Schiti. Like that.
Okay, all right.
Let's
get we got that out of the way. All right.
We got it out of the way. So
you made me curse on a podcast.
I led you into that. Okay. I set a landmine and you tripped it
because
Batman wasn't around to take the landmine out from in front of you. So the cover, I like the cover, except Tony Stark on the cover. When I first saw the cover, my first thought was, why is General Zod on the cover of Tony Stark Iron Man #1?
Oh yes, you're right.
He looks like General
Zod.
He looks like General Zod from the Christopher Reeve Superman 2.
Yes.
And he's even wearing the black V-neck. It's Zod. It's awesome. So
wait. Is Iron Man fighting Zod?
No, that would be great.
All right,
okay, and here's one of the things I love the best about this, because I actually was I started to read Thor #1 this week. The inside cover had so much exposition, I got pissed off and refused to read the rest of the book.
Okay.
So I will force myself to read that so I can get to a review on that. And here's what I loved about this. When I got to the end of the issue, it did everything a comic book should do. It had beautiful art. Valerio Schiti's art is beautiful. The writing was fast-paced. It was fun.
Sure.
It was to the point. I wasn't preached at along the way at all. And here's something I actually did love about this. There's a few times where I said to myself, wait, is he doing this now? Now, you're introduced to this character that Tony Stark had known years ago, I guess, when he was a teenager. And Tony Stark comes to this guy that he had competed against as a teenager with a robot competition.
Sure.
And he wants him to now work for Stark Unlimited, which I guess is now Stark Industries. It's called Stark Unlimited Fine.
Okay.
So you kind of have the point of view of this character. Like, I kind of felt like I was in this character's shoes, because at one point something happened, and I'm like, wait a minute, did that just happen? And I went back to read the page, and I'm like, okay. And then I read the next panel, and the character that actually says, did he just do that? So I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I actually feel like the character just questioned it the way that I did. And that happens twice in the book.
That's interesting, yeah.
Fun, action, beautiful art. Fin Fang Foom invades. Iron Man's got to go stop him. He fights Fin Fang Foom. At the end of the book, I was like, oh shit, is this just a single issue? Because it was self-contained. If I had just picked this book up, I would think that was it. I actually had to go to the end to see, oh, okay, issue 2 is coming out next month. It's an ongoing.
Okay.
That is everything I want from a comic book. Tell me a story. Let it be an ongoing story, but don't make it so I have to invest a year of my life in one damn story.
Yeah.
You should be able to pick up a comic book anywhere.
Of course.
And be able to get into it.
Well, when Jim Shooter used to be in charge, he would say, Every issue is a reader's first issue, so you should make sure that they can read it, understand everything, and should be self-contained. That was the old Marvel way.
Yeah, well, that's not the new Marvel way, unfortunately. But this, and I'm showing you the comic now. Look at the artwork; is really nice.
Yeah,
beautiful artwork.
Character has some good expression. That's going
great expressions. Yep. The coloring is beautiful. The inks are beautiful. And at one point, Iron Man is fighting Fin Fang Foom in a giant robot Iron Man. Look at this. He called it the Fin Fang Foom Buster.
Sure.
I want that as a damn toy.
Well, that's probably coming.
It better come as a toy.
Well, it's coming probably in the Marvel
and
Cinematic Universe, too.
When you finally get to see the regular Iron Man armor, I think that's a great picture. Mm-hmm. Beautiful picture. And here's what I was talking about. At one point, Iron Man, he goes, they're firing Micropod, releasing Nano Iron Man. And I'm thinking, wait, did Iron Man just shrink down using Pym particles? And then 2 panels later, that other character says, hold on, did I miss something? Did he shrink? Can he do that? Huh. So I actually thought the same exact thing that character did. I love that. So you have some great action, great artwork, great storytelling. If you're just picking this up, and actually I had stopped reading Iron Man for a while, so I mean the only thing in this I didn't understand was James Rhodes back, Rhodey.
Yeah.
He was killed.
Oh, was he?
He was killed in the beginning of Civil War II. Thanos punched him right in the chest and killed him. I don't know how he's back.
Well, you have to understand.
So there's some stuff
I'm still... Continuity is really a mess these days of Marvel. You just have to kind of roll with it.
So I'm telling you, man, I would give this comic book, I'm giving it 10 stars.
Oh, really?
I would give it a 10 out of 10. I loved it. I loved it. Okay. Pick up Tony Stark, Iron Man #1. I highly recommend it. Iron Man fighting Fin Fang Foom is Fin Fang fun.